Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it's about one of my favorite topics, my teacher Instagram slash teaching platform, because obviously I post teaching videos on YouTube as well. But I just kind of wanted to share why I started a teacher Instagram, and then I have a few fun guests on here who also have teacher Instagrams, and I wanted to kind of see their side of why they started theirs. Most of you have probably found this video through Instagram by the swipe up feature, but if you didn't, you should go follow me on Instagram. It's at Miss Curtis's Classroom, all one word. It's kind of crazy how much this page has grown because I started it 4 years ago when I was a long-term sub. So it was my first ever job. If you've followed me for a while, you probably already know this story, but I had a normal Courtney page, just a normal Instagram account, and I followed a bunch of teachers because I was a teacher. And I kind of got tired of seeing like teaching stuff over and over because I want to see my friends' stuff on that page. So I made a separate account and I literally just named it whatever Instagram would let me name it, like teacher, and then it was a number, like teacher 101 or something like that. And I didn't post anything. I just followed teachers so that it could all be in one spot. And eventually, during that school year, I wanted to share what I was doing with the world. I didn't know where to post it because no one in my normal life cared, right? Teachers want to see that stuff. So I started posting some pictures and just slowly started gaining followers. And then over time, I got better at taking pictures. I got better at coming up with creative lessons, and I just kind of loved the teacher community and teacher world. So now I have a teacher account with a couple thousand followers, and it's just an awesome spot to get ideas, share ideas, and kind of build relationships with people that you wouldn't actually meet in real life. So I wanted to share the 5 reasons that I love having a teacher Instagram and why I think that most educators should make one, especially if you're young and just getting into the teaching world. I think it could be really cool as a portfolio to show when you are applying for jobs. But the first thing is that you get to share ideas with others and borrow. I like to call it borrow, not steal, even though it's stealing, other people's ideas. So anytime I get on Instagram, I pretty much always find either a bulletin board I want to copy, or a book I want to read, or something that another teacher is doing that I'm like, I'm going to do that in my classroom. And with the little save feature, it's so easy, you just save it. And then a lot of the times, I change it a little bit to adjust and fit to my classroom. I love taking ideas from other people, and I think the cool part is seeing other people take your ideas. So when I post like my Black History Month door decoration this year was a huge hit, and I feel like it was so cool because everybody kept posting their picture of when they decorated their window or their door or whatever. And it's just cool because like you made that. Somebody liked it enough to put it up in their own classroom. So I think that's one of the coolest parts about having a teacher Instagram is sharing your ideas and then borrowing other people's ideas. So another one of the coolest things about having a teacher Instagram is the community and meeting and building relationships with other people. So, for example, I met Hello Third Grade and a bunch of other teachers at a conference in Miami, but I had talked to them on Instagram before, and then I got to fly out to California and I stayed with Jess and her boyfriend, and it was just super fun. So like, I would have never met Jess if it wasn't for Instagram, right? And another one is Kayla from Move Mountains in kindergarten. We talk on Instagram all the time, and then she came up here for a Ravens game, so we got to go out to dinner together. That was fun. Another person I got to meet in real life through Get Your Teach On was my friend Jordan, and so I asked him to get on Zoom real quick and do like a little interview just to answer the same question, just to get a different perspective. So I'm going to post his Zoom call with me in a second. Okay, I jumped on Zoom with my friend Jordan here so that you guys can get the perspective of more than just me on why having a teacher Instagram is awesome. So I'm not even going to try and say his last name. I'm going to let him introduce himself because that's his handle too. So this is Jordan, and he's going to tell you guys why he has a teacher Instagram and what his favorite part about it is.
All right, what's up, everyone? Jordan Pacheba is the name. It's spelled nothing like that. That's my Instagram handle. So good luck with that. And I got on Instagram because I wanted to share my story with the world. And how that kind of happened was when I had a principal my first year of teaching, and she said, Jordan, you're different and don't fit in. And so I could have thought about a few things with that and kind of given up and said, "Oh, that's such a bad thing." But instead, I'm like, you know what? I used it to motivate me and to inspire me. And so by doing so, I said, I want to tell my story and I want to share with the world. I want to share what I'm doing because if I don't, someone else is going to share my story. And so for me, that's always been very important to have a voice. Um, with that said, being a male teacher on Instagram and not having not having so many males in the school, that's also kind of why I sought out Instagram for those ideas. I wanted to find other males because there aren't many at our school. I think at my current school, there's like 3 or 4, including me.
Yep.
And so I know that so many males are doing so many great things. And so thanks to Instagram, I've also been able to find more of those voices, but also share my own with the world to hopefully inspire others as well.
Yeah. And I'm glad you do that because Jordan and I, actually, Jordan was the stalkerish one, not me, because you reached out to me on Instagram when we were going to get your teach on. But it made me feel like a celebrity because you were like, I want to meet up and take a picture. So we met up at Get Your Teach On and we took a picture together when you were wearing your crazy like cat outfit or something, right?
The cat taco,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So we have met in real life now, but I love following you because you share awesome book recommendations. So if you're going to follow him for any reason, not just because he's a guy teacher, go follow him because of his awesome book recommendations. I love your books.
Yeah. Lately I've been doing a lot of I've been teaching reading the last few years, and so it's fun to I'm in Florida, but to go back to my native roots of being a Cornhusker and
You just had that
all that
sitting
good
there.
stuff. But Instagram does connect people, and I'm sure others are going to share that story with you guys as well. And it's important, even if you don't get to meet that person, you can still feel that friendship, and you can still do amazing collaborations like what Courtney and I are doing right now. It's been game changing, and it's a huge advantage. So it's been so good.
Yep. And I got to read to his class over Zoom the other day. My first time ever reading on Zoom because I hadn't been Zooming with my kids. So, yeah, I read through it really quickly, but one of the kids said I was a good reader. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for sharing with me, Jordan, and I will talk to you later.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Another cool thing about teacher Instagrams is you kind of get the validation you need sometimes. For example, if you have a bad day of teaching and you're like, wow, I don't know if this job is for me, I don't think I'm very good at this, everyone else seems to be having a great day, you can get on Instagram and almost always find someone posting about how you're feeling. So the same thing, maybe they had a rough day or maybe they're questioning if they want to be a teacher and just stuff like that. So having that community that you can talk to and realize that other people are in the same boat as you is pretty cool. Another one of my Instagram friends that became a real life friend, her name is Kim, and I met her at a Miami conference, and she is pretty big on the YouTube world of teaching. So if you don't subscribe to her, you should probably go do that. But her name on Instagram is Elementary in the Mitten because she teaches in Michigan, and I think it like looks like a mitten or something. But she agreed to Zoom with me as well and talk about her teacher Instagram and YouTube. All right, so I am on Zoom now with Kim over here. We met at the Miami conference and then we followed each other on Instagram and all that fun stuff. But I wanted to ask Kim why she started her teacher Instagram and kind of see if it was the same or different from everybody else. So Kim, why did you start your Instagram?
So for me, I started it during my student teaching, and I think I was just then starting to follow like the teaching community on Instagram, and it just was so interesting to me. And I feel like as somebody who didn't have my own classroom yet, but was like getting close, I was just dying to see like what everybody was doing in their rooms and get ideas for my student teaching. And yeah, so I just made one to more see everybody else's ideas, but then when I started having some of my own, it was fun to share those too.
Yep, that is exactly what I said. I was like, I just wanted to see it all
Yeah.
in one place, and then it kind of just turned into my own Instagram. But that's funny
Yeah,
that I feel like a lot of people probably think that. But now
for
that you
sure.
have an Instagram and a very established YouTube, what do you feel like has been like the best part, or I don't know, your favorite part?
Yeah, for me, it's definitely just like getting to know different people and just getting that sense of community of like when I post on my stories and I have like a poll or something, for example, like, yeah, I could, ask around and ask my friends, but the fact that like then you're getting like thousands of people responding to a question, you get so many different ideas, so many different perspectives. And I feel like on teacher Instagram, like there are people from all over.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like one specific area. It's like really, I mean, in the United States, outside of the United States, and so it's just really neat to see those different perspectives. And like I feel like a lot of people who follow me are actually teachers who I would consider like mentor teachers,
Yeah.
teachers who have been teaching for a long time. And so I always just like really appreciate the input of all the different perspectives that come in. So I think that's been my favorite. And then also just communicating with people who are kind of at the same step in their journey that I am too, like people who are more new teachers who like were
Yeah.
going through a lot of the same things. I think that's been really cool too.
I never thought about the whole like input from other people. I don't know,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Like at
Yeah,
least we
I
have
love it because I mean, I always try to make it clear like I don't have all the answers and like
yes.
I really don't have my act together. Like I am a hot mess like 99% of the
Whatever.
time. So it's like I never want to come across as like being somebody who knows what's going on all the time because I'm just not. And like in my personal life, I make it, I mean, nobody would think that I have it all together if they know me. So I just like try to make that clear online as well and like always solicit advice from people who I know are, doing a much better job than I am. And so I think that's been really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with me because I like seeing why other people started their Instagram and I love following you on Instagram and all your little cute comments. You make me feel like the best. Kim is like my hype girl, so if you don't follow Kim, go follow Kim so she can be your hype girl too.
Yeah, I do love being everybody's hype girl. Words of affirmation is my love language, so I just try to like
Yep,
spread
give it
it
right
too.
back. I love it. Well, thanks, Kim.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney.
The fourth thing is something that I just recently got more into, but once you have an Instagram, you can kind of turn it into a business. So a lot of people will sell, teacher t-shirts, lanyards, stickers, all this cool stuff. But Teachers Pay Teachers is also a great idea if you want to do that. My friend Kayla from Move Mountains in Kindergarten is actually one of the people I look up to. She kind of started Instagram, I feel like the same time as me, and we've been friends. We've been talking on there. And then recently she has started her Teachers Pay Teachers store, her blog, and all that fun stuff. And it is so cool just to see that take off. So I actually am going to interview her on Zoom as well, and maybe she can tell us a little bit more about all that. All right, I jumped on Zoom with my friend Kayla from Move Mountains in Kindergarten, and I wanted to ask her why she started her teacher Instagram and kind of what her favorite part about it is and all that kind of stuff. So Kayla, why did you start your teacher Instagram?
So I started my teacher Instagram in March of 2018, and I had been planning on moving from Maryland to Tennessee. And back then, I wanted an online portfolio. So that was my main reason for starting it. I started adding pictures to it, and I used that actually to send to principals in Tennessee since it was hard to go down there and do interviews in person. And I'm a visual person, so I wanted them to see, pictures and videos of what I do in the classroom. And I believe that actually helped land me a job. And I sent that all to the principals that I applied to in the districts. And then it kind of just took off from there. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And so I loved sharing my ideas on there, but that was the main reason, was to have like a portfolio to share.
That's awesome. And then now you do have quite a few followers and your own little store and all that. So can you kind of tell us how you got started with your blog and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so I decided in like October of 2019. So I was on Instagram for about a whole year. And then I finally was like, I'm going to start, putting these products on TBT because I was making products just for my students in my classroom where I saw a gap in curriculums or something that they needed. And so I started to do my store, and then I ended up, selling really well and taking a course that kind of taught me how to sell because I wasn't even familiar with, what you need to do, for TPT. So I've been on now TPT for, I want to say it's been like a year now, a year and a half. and it's definitely become, bigger than what I expected when I started it. And it's kind of been like a second income for me. I know people, babysit and tutor. And so it's been nice because it's kind of my creative outlook. And then eventually it turned into me having my own blog and doing blog posts. And then now I have my own store on my website where I sell my resources as well. So it's been a really good avenue. It kind of slowly transitioned from one thing to another. And I feel like when a lot of people start their Instagram, they don't know like what it's going to lead to.
Yeah.
You don't have the intent to go on Instagram and be like, okay, I'm going to start selling some resources. In the past year, I actually found that I couldn't take pictures of my classroom. And so that was a really hard switch for me. So having that TPT store and making products, I was still able to share some of those kindergarten ideas, even though I couldn't, share the exact things in my classroom. I was still able to provide my followers and my buyers with something for them to use.
Yes, hashtag goals. I cannot wait until I get my blog and everything like you do, but thanks
You
for
can do it.
sharing.
We're close.
And yeah, I know. Thanks for sharing, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, the last thing isn't a reason to start a teacher Instagram. It's not, I promise. But it has definitely been an added bonus, and that is getting to partner with some cool companies. So a lot of the times on Instagram, people see ads and they get turned away, or they're like, I can't believe you would put an ad on your page. But when a company reaches out to you and wants to send you a product that would benefit you or your students, I'm always gonna say yes. So like if they want to send me some books or some games or different things, I'm always gonna say yes because my students would love that. And if they want me to post about it on Instagram and I actually like it, then I will. And a lot of the times these companies might even offer you some payment, which is pretty nice. So I'm just saying, if you play your cards right and people like you and you're genuine on Instagram, then you could get to work with some pretty cool companies. Okay, this next person is so dang cute. And if you don't follow her, you're crazy because she is so punny. Literally punny. All of her little stuff is puns, and she's just like the glitter queen. But Kelsey from Cutie Patoozie HQ. I hope I said that right. It's such a weird word. Patoozie? I'll have to ask her what it means. That'll be my first question, to explain your Instagram name, Kelsey. I just jumped on Zoom, and before this, I was taking a video, like, trying to introduce you, and I realized I don't know how to say your Instagram name. Like, it's so... I was like, and Cutie Patoozie. I was like, I don't even know what this is.
I know! I've, like, gotten so far into it now, I feel like I can't quit it. Like, no one even knows what it means anymore. It's
So,
the
what does it mean?
Patoozie.
Patoozie. Oh, okay, I get it.
Patoozie.
I
I
stopped.
used to teach first grade, and then I called them my fancy firsties. It was always called fancy firsties, but I switched, and so I changed it to cutie patoozies, because that's what I used to call my bebas, cuties,
Okay.
and toozies for second grade. But now, like, I don't even teach second grade anymore. No one knows what it means, but I can't change it now. It's like on everything, so I'm stuck with it.
I know, no, but it's cute, and I knew who you were, and I knew it went with you, but I just, like, when I went to read it, I was so confused. So now that we know what that means, that's good. That's good. I feel much better now that I understand it. But for a second, I thought it was your last name, and then I looked at your last name, and I'm like, no, that's not it. So don't worry.
Totally random thing.
We all know what it means now. But anyways, what made you want to start your teacher Instagram?
So it really just started for my bebas parents, because way back in the day when I first started teaching, like, I didn't have any way to share pictures. So now, obviously, we do, like, Class Dojo, and they have the story feature, but back then, they didn't have that. So I really just did it for the bebas. Like, it was all pictures of the babes and what we're doing, and even if you go back, like, at the beginning of my feed, it's all kids. Like, it's not anything exciting. And then, like, I guess it was, like, my second or third year, I started doing hashtags. And I started finding other teacher Instagrammers, so I didn't even know it was a thing. And it just kind of popped off from there.
Yeah, and now you have like a bajillion followers, so and I steal like half of your ideas. I think I have like all your anchor charts hanging in my room. But anyways,
Oh my
what
God.
do you think is like the best part about having a teacher Instagram?
Like you said, the ideas. Like, you always just see things from other people, and they give you an idea, even if you tweak it. Because, like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel all the time. And if you see something really good, it, like, helps your bebas. And I think it's cool, too, how you can, like, see things that people are doing across the country, and then it also works for you, and just seeing especially things that you make and helping others. It's always fun.
Yes, and I'm sure so many people have your stuff in their classroom. They probably tag you in it all the time. You're like, oh, that's cute, but not as good as mine.
Whatever. No, not true at all.
That's why I like that you put the anchor chart to trace in your products.
I need to learn how to do it like on your iPad to draw. I just do it all like on real paper. I don't know how to be like technologically advanced enough to have like an actual one you could print. That would be like a summer goal for me to figure out.
Yeah, well, I hope you figure that out. But thank you for taking the time to share with me.
Oh yes, thanks for asking and including me.
I'm so glad I got to Zoom with some of my friends today and talk about teacher Instagrams. If you are a teacher and thinking about starting one, then I say go for it. You should follow me and message me, tell me you watch this video so we can connect. But thank you guys so much for watching these videos, and next week I'm going to come out with a video all about like the logistics behind having a teacher Instagram, what to post, how to use hashtags, how to turn it into a business account, and so much more, all to help you grow your teacher Instagram. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it, and follow me on Instagram so you can see when I post it. I feel like my dogs always know when I'm taking a video because they always come into the room. Bailey, you want to say goodbye? Say bye. Bye.